Wikipedia is a place where people go to learn, but some pages hold secrets that should never be uncovered. Hidden deep within its archives are stories so disturbing they have left readers haunted for life. Deaths without explanation, places with terrifying histories, and events so strange that they feel almost unreal. Tonight, we will explore the darkest corners of Wikipedia, revealing pages that many regret ever clicking on. But be warned, once you hear these stories, you may never sleep peacefully again. Number 10. Fred and Rosemary West, The House. Of horrors, Fred and Rosemary West seemed like an ordinary couple. But behind closed doors, they were two of the most sadistic killers in history. Between the 1960s and 1980s, they kidnapped, tortured, and murdered at least 12 young women, including their own daughter. But what made them even more terrifying was their method. Victims were kept locked in a hidden basement, subjected to unimaginable abuse, before being killed, and buried under their own home. The house at 25 Cromwell Street was filled with horrors so disturbing that investigators were left traumatized. When police finally arrested them, Fred took his own life, but Rosemary, she's still alive, serving a life sentence, with no remorse for what she did. Number 9, Joyce Vincent, The Woman Who Was. Forgotten. Imagine being surrounded by millions of people, and yet, when you disappear, no one notices. That's exactly what happened to Joyce Vincent. A woman found dead in her London apartment 3 years after she had died. When authorities discovered her, they were horrified. Her body had decomposed beyond recognition. Her TV was still on, and Christmas presents sat untouched on her table. How did no one notice she was missing? She had friends, she had family, and yet she vanished from their lives without a single person checking on her. Number 7, Project MKUltra, The Government's mind control experiments. If you think mind control is just science fiction, think again. Project MKUltra was a real, top-secret CIA program that ran from the 1950s to the 1970s. Their goal? To control the human mind. Prisoners, unsuspecting citizens, and even government employees were subjected to horrific experiments. They were drugged with LSD, placed in extreme isolation, hypnotized and pushed to mental breaking points. Some claim the experiments never really stopped. Were political assassinations, bizarre celebrity breakdowns, and strange mass shootings the result of mind control? The documents were mostly destroyed, but some say the truth is still out there, hidden in plain sight. Number 8, Nathaniel Bar-Jonah, the Cannibal of Montana. Nathaniel Bar-Jonah wasn't just a serial killer, he was a cannibal. Convicted in Montana, he preyed on young children. But what truly horrified investigators was what they found in his home: a coded journal filled with disturbing recipes that referenced cooking human flesh. Some believe he even served his victims to his neighbors, disguised as regular meals. Authorities could only confirm a handful of victims, but based on the evidence, there may have been many more. To this day, we may never know how many people unknowingly consumed his horrific meals. Number 7, the Villisca Axe Murders, a house that refuses to forget. In 1912, an entire family and 2 guests were brutally slaughtered with an axe in the small town of Villisca, Iowa. The killer never found. The crime scene was chilling. All mirrors in the house were covered. A plate of food was left untouched on the table, and the murder weapon was left behind. To this day, the Villisca Axe Murder House is believed to be haunted. Paranormal investigators report seeing shadowy figures, hearing children's voices, and even feeling invisible hands touch them. Some say the spirits of the victims are trapped there forever, waiting for justice that may never come. Number 6, imagine you're home alone, and you hear a soft knock at your door. You open it and see 2 children standing there, heads down. They ask to come inside. Their voices are strange, their movements unnatural. Then they look up. Their eyes are completely black. No pupils, no whites, just endless darkness. People claim these encounters are real. Some believe they're demonic entities in disguise, Others think they're aliens, or something even worse. One thing is certain. If you ever see black-eyed children, never let them in. 5. The Dyatlov Pass incident, the real life. X-Files case. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set off on a journey through the frozen Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. But what should have been an ordinary expedition turned into one of the most terrifying and mysterious cases in history. The hikers were found dead under unexplainable circumstances. Their bodies showed signs of extreme force, yet no external injuries. One woman's tongue was missing, and their clothing was found to have traces of radiation. Their tent was slashed open from the inside, as if they were running from something unknown. Now, there are some theories aliens, many, believe a UFO encounter led to their deaths. Secret government experiment, Soviet forces may have tested a weapon, supernatural entity, some say a Yeti, or some other creature attacked them. Number 4, the Hinterkaifeck murders, the killer who lived in the attic. A small German farm. A family of 6, footsteps in the attic. But no one was there. Days later, they were all dead. The Gruber family heard footsteps in their attic for weeks. Their maid quit because she was terrified of the house. One night, someone took an axe and slaughtered the entire family. The most terrifying part? The killer stayed in the house for days. After eating their food and tending to the animals, the murderer was never caught. Number 3, the exorcism of Anneliese Michel. Real-life possession? In 1976, a young German woman named Anneliese Michel underwent 67 exorcisms, but they weren't enough. The chilling recordings of her possession still haunt the world today. But what exactly happened? Anneliese claimed she was possessed by multiple demons, including Lucifer, Judas, Cain, and Nero. She refused to eat, believing Satan forbade her. Her real exorcism tapes contain blood-curdling screams. After months of exorcisms, she died from starvation. Some say she was truly possessed. Others blame mental illness and neglect. Number 2, Lake Nyos disaster, a silent massacre. A mysterious lake in Africa, a deadly secret beneath the surface. One night, an entire village vanished without a sound. In 1986, a massive cloud of carbon dioxide suddenly erupted from Lake Nyos. The gas spread silently, suffocating over 1,100 people and thousands of animals in minutes. People were found dead in their sleep. No wounds, no struggle. Some locals believe the lake is cursed by an ancient evil spirit. Number 1, Aokigahara Forest, Japan's most haunted place. A forest so quiet, you can hear your own heartbeat. A place where people enter, but never return. The legend says the Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest, is one of Japan's most haunted locations. Many believe spirits roam the forest, luring lost souls deeper inside. Even Google Maps has blurred certain areas due to unexplainable sightings. Some hikers hear whispers calling their names when no one else is around. These Wikipedia pages are just the beginning. Who knows what else is hiding in the darkest corners of the internet? Perhaps you should check for yourself. But be warned, some things, once seen, cannot be unseen. And this is just the beginning. If you want to explore more terrifying, true stories, unsolved mysteries, and hidden horrors, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. It's the best way to support my work and ensure you never miss another deep dive into the unknown. And if you enjoyed this, leave a comment, hit the like button, and share it with someone who dares to watch. Because the truth, it's always darker than it seems.